Welcome, Pawn!
Hey gamers, and welcome to a long overdue collection update. So once again, it's the end of term, I'm packing up for Cyprus, and I bulked up my collection by a considerable amount this past term, as opposed to the summer where I had so few pickups that I actually recorded a very brief video to insert into this one. So without further ado, here is a message from the past, specifically from August. Alright, back to our regularly scheduled programming. I'm back with another pickups video / collection update. I didn't pick up a whole lot of stuff over the summer, so this is probably just going to be tacked on to my term 1 of year 3 of uni pickups video. But without further ado, here's the few things I did get over the course of the summer. Starting off with Time Hollow, this is a rare, well, or at least highly uncommon visual novel for the DS. I got this cheap from a store in the middle of nowhere. I also got New Super Mario Brothers so I could sell that off and make back some of the money. And wow, it's hot in here. Next up, I got a couple PS3 games, Resonance of Fate. I played as the characters from this game in Project Cross Zone for the 3DS, and I was curious to check out the RPG. And I got an uncommon game, Warriors, Legends of Troy. This is like a Dynasty Warriors spin-off, but with Greek heroes in Troy. It's supposed to be pretty bad, so I did not get this to play. My last find of the summer is this, Activision Hits Remix for the PSP. This is one of those neat little compilation discs. This has over 40 games on it. Over 40 Atari games made by Activision. It's some real classics as well, like Hero and Pitfall. I played through a few of these already, really neat. I don't really spend a lot of time on each Atari game, so this saves me like the effort and the space of 40 cartridges in one cartridge instead. Well, UMD disc, whatever. So yeah, highly recommend anthologies like this one. Now that that's done, let's go through a few of my finds over the past few months here at university, in no particular order. So these three I bought right at the start of term from Game while they were still running their 3 for 2 deal. These are some uncommon DS games. We've got Animaniacs, Light Camera Action, which I bought almost purely for the nostalgia value because I grew up with Animaniacs. I got Henry Hatsworth and the Puzzling Adventure, which is supposed to be a really quirky puzzle game. It's I've heard it's a hidden gem on the system, so I look forward to trying this out at some point. And finally, Hotel Dusk Room 215, which is supposed to be, I think, a visual novel mystery kind of thing. I heard it's quite good, so again, something that's going on the backlog. Next, we've got some collector's editions. We've got Kingdom Hearts High Definition 2.5 Remix, which contains Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and Kingdom Hearts Recoded. That's the one. Yeah, I got this really cheap off eBay. It's still sealed. My collector's edition of the first remix is also still sealed, and I doubt I'm going to crack either of these open, especially considering that a remaster of both is coming to the PS4, so I'll just probably wait to play it on that system instead. Then we have Yomowari Night Alone. This is supposed to be a really cutesy, artsy, scary kind of game. I haven't played it, it's still sealed, but this is also, this doubles as the first and only physical release of Hotaru no Niku, I think it's called, the Firefly Diaries, which is another one of those indie darlings. I think it's released by NIS America, and this is the collector's edition, which doesn't actually say on the back what it includes, but I think it's an art book and soundtrack CD. So I was considering doing an unboxing of this, but I decided against it. I'm gonna leave it sealed. What I did do an unboxing of, however, was the Disco Fever edition of Persona 4 Dancing All Night. I'm not gonna go over the contents of the box again, but you can check out the unboxing video if you like. I finished the game. It's relatively brief, but it's a lot of fun. It's a good rhythm game. It pays due tribute to the music of the Persona series. Next up is a pile of rare games I imported. This one is Thomas Was Alone for the PS Vita. This is published by Limited Run Games. I played this back when it first came out on Steam, and I absolutely loved this game. It really resonated with me. So when I saw that Limited Run Games was putting out a physical release, I knew I had to have this in my library. It's still sealed. I was considering cracking it up and playing it, but I don't know if I actually will. But regardless, it means a lot to me to have this physical. So this is an odd one. This is Retro City Rampage DX. Now this is the second printing of the game. This had an initial release limited to I think 3,000 copies, but there was still a lot of demand for it, and they put out a second release and a third release. This is the second one, also limited to 3,000 copies, and it has different artwork to the first release, and it has, I think the difference from the third release is it has gold letters in the title. Yeah, my copy is number 2,943, I don't know if you can see this, out of 3,000. So that's pretty cool. The fact that the numbering is on the outer plastic makes me not want to open this. I was never particularly keen on playing this game, wasn't too excited for it, but it's an interesting thing to add to the collection. And adding to that interest is the fact that it came with a case and manual for a PSP port of the game, which never actually happened in physical format because the last UMD factory closed down before they could do it. So yeah, this is an interesting addition to my shelf, for lack of a better word, because it is just the box and manual. Strange, but cool of them to add nonetheless. Also, I apologize for the lighting. I largely rely on natural lighting, and this is the most sunlight I've gotten in days. Next up, some more limited run games. I've got Shadow Complex Remastered, an excellent Metroidvania title. I was really excited for this back on the 360, but I ended up not buying it from their eShop, the Microsoft Store, whatever it's called. But then Limited Run Games announced they were doing a physical copy of the PS4 remaster. So of course I had to grab this, open it up and play it. Excellent game, highly recommend this. Download it from the PSN store if you weren't lucky enough to grab a physical copy. And finally, Shantae Risky's Revenge Director's Cut. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Shantae, whatever. I really like the Shantae series. I played Pirate's Curse on my 3DS over the summer, really enjoyed that. So again, once Limited Run Games announced they were doing a physical version of the definitive version of Risky's Revenge, again, I had to order this. So when Game did away with their 3-for-2 deal, they replaced it with X amount of games for X amount of pounds deals, and I got a bunch of stuff from their 5-for-5 deal, mostly filler, but it's supposed to be pretty good from what I've heard on comments on Instagram. This first one is Guitar Hero Metallica. This one I got because pretty much every time I have friends over back home, we end up playing Guitar Hero, and some more songs would be welcome to add some much needed variety. Next I've got Child of Eden on the 360, a trippy shoot 'em up. I think it's by the same people who did Rez. Then Velvet Assassin by South Peak Studios. These are the same guys who made Ninja Town on DS, and I really liked that one. So obviously it's a very different kind of game. That's a quirky tower defense. This looks like a third-person stealth game, but the cover looks pretty cool, so I had to have it. Also, due to an interesting story behind this, I picked up Too Human. Now this is supposed to be pretty awful, but there was an IP case against this in the United States, and the studio lost the lawsuit to Epic Games, and they were ordered to destroy any unsold copies of the game. So because of the interesting story behind this, I wanted to add this to my collection. And finally, Wet on the 360. I remember when this first came out, a lot of people were saying this feels like the Deadpool game we should have. Of course now Deadpool has an actual game. which I actually don't know if is good. But whatever, I still remember that people were saying this was fun, so I got this. For an extremely cheap price, I picked up Day 1 edition of World of Final Fantasy on the PS Vita. I got this for 20 quid, and I sold the DLC on eBay for 7. So I basically picked this up, a brand new game, for 13 quid. I haven't played it yet, but it's supposed to be a bit of a Pokemon clone, but set in the Final Fantasy world. So something I'm gonna check out once I'm completely done with Sun and Moon. And speaking of which, I picked up Sun and Moon because I always get both games, so I figured I might as well get them both at launch. So I got the standard version of Pokemon Sun, which I'm currently playing through at the moment, and I got the fan edition of Pokemon Moon, which comes with a steelbook and this pretty cool looking figurine of a cover legendary, Lunala. I already played through Moon. I highly enjoyed it. I highly recommend you pick this up if you're a Pokemon fan who has been out of touch with the series for a while. They changed up the formula a fair bit, but they still kept it in sync enough with everything that came before that you won't feel alienated picking it up after a long hiatus. Really fun. Very highly recommend Sun and Moon. So CEX recently dipped their toes into the retro market. We know from GameStop in America how well that goes, but when I see stuff in store, I know whether it's legit or not, and their prices are very fair. It's basically eBay prices, and not eBay prices of what stuff are priced for, eBay prices of what stuff is actually selling for, so you know it's actually fair. And I end up trading most of the spare stuff I pick up when I'm out game hunting into CEX. So I have a lot of credit there. So I basically end up getting fantastic deals, such as this one. I got Metroid Fusion complete in box. As you can see, there's a little blemish on the cover there, but I genuinely don't really care. The box is otherwise in great condition. Everything's in there. It's all legit. And this is one of my favorite 2D Metroid games, so really happy to have this in my collection. I only played this on the virtual console before, so fantastic to have this physical. So a friend of mine donated a PS3 and a few games to my collection, and the games are as follows. I've got Assassin's Creed Rogue, disc only. I have this complete in box back in Cyprus, but I hadn't played it yet. I beat it now on the PS3 and really enjoyed it. I think they did a fantastic job with this one. It's a shame that the train wreck that was Unity overshadowed this game. Some more loose discs. We have Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Don Bradman, Don Bradman, Cricket 14, and finally, possibly the best game I added to my collection this entire term. Fantastic title, very rare, goes for upwards of $100 on eBay. It's FIFA 14. No, it's a sports game, it's FIFA 14, it's worth a few pence. But I didn't have it in my collection, now I do. And I guess you can't really go wrong with a sports game, it's good fun when people come over. So once I got the PS3 here in the UK, I wanted to take full advantage of the fact that I had an extra system around. So I picked up some stuff from Games 3 for 2 deal. These are the Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena, which I heard is a hidden gem on the console. XCOM, Enemy Unknown, I think it's a real-time strategy game with permadeath. And considering that Fire Emblem is my favorite game series of all time, I figured I might be into this. I haven't played it yet, believe it or not, I haven't had the time. But do look forward to trying it out. And finally, another hidden gem, Vanquish by Sega and Platinum Games. Supposed to be a really high-octane shooter, but a very short game, so definitely going high up on the backlog. So there's this pawn store in town called Once. I think I mentioned them in the previous video. Great bunch of people there, really friendly, and they've given me some fantastic deals in the past, and they've given me some good deals again this term. I haven't bought as much stuff from them as I usually do, but this is quality stuff nonetheless. And the first game is Tenchu Stealth Assassins on the PS1. The box is a little beat up, but I don't care. The disc is in great condition and it's a classic stealth game. Next I have Scarface, The World Is Yours. This is the collector's edition steelbook which comes with a steelbook and a poster and a bonus content DVD. I haven't played this, really I only got it because it looks cool. It's Scarface, how can you go wrong with Scarface? And finally, the best game I got from once, Final Fantasy VII, Black Label, complete in box. I hadn't had this in my collection before, and it's a must-have, must-play RPG. I know they're doing a remake soon for the PS4, but it's always great to have the original game in the collection. Also from once, in the previous lot, I also picked up Soul Reaver 2, which is part of the Legacy of Kain series. This is another one I just picked up because the box art looked really cool, and it was 99p, so. And of course, it's always great to support local retro game shops such as Critical Mass here in Exeter, which gave me a fantastic deal on some games from my childhood. I've got here a dual pack of Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters and Wacky Racers. I've got Toy Story 2 and Looney Tunes Back in Action. These are all games I played to death when I was a kid, and I didn't have them anymore, and now I have them back in my collection, and it's great to recapture a bit of my childhood. So for a while, it seemed like Cash Converters was pricing their PS3 games for £2 across the board, which was great for me. I took advantage of that. I bought a bunch of stuff, most of which I traded into CEX, but this one game I kept for my own collection because I didn't previously have it, and this is Star Ocean: The Last Hope International, which is the definitive version of The Last Hope. Now, the Star Ocean series is fairly well known, not the most popular RPG series, but supposed to be pretty good. I haven't played anything in the series before, and I haven't played this yet, but I would like to sink my teeth into this at some point. So I managed to snag a first print edition of Uncharted 4 Thief's End on eBay. I didn't buy this when this was new, I waited for the price to drop because it's a AAA game, but nonetheless, Naughty Dog really outdid themselves with this one. This is an excellent entry into the Uncharted series, thoroughly enjoyed playing through it, and I would highly recommend you pick this up if you have a PS4 and you haven't got this already. Moving on to Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. I had a good deal of game reward points stored up, and I used them to buy Tales from the Borderlands by Telltale Games on the PS4. Now, I'm a huge fan of Telltale Games. I loved their Game of Thrones Season 1 game, and I absolutely love Borderlands. I have some great memories playing through that with friends. So of course I've had my eye on this since it came out, and on Cyber Monday the price dropped to £5 a game, which was basically the amount of points I had, so I pretty much got this for free, and I look forward to trying it out. And I also managed to snag a great deal on a Wii U. That's right, now I have a Wii U in my collection, and the Wii U came with a lot of games. So here we have Super Mario Galaxy 2 for the Wii, because of course the Wii U is backwards compatible. I have a first Super Mario Galaxy. I played through a good chunk of it, but I haven't beaten it. So once I do, I'm gonna play Super Mario Galaxy 2. Hey, that rhymed. Got Pikmin 3, Super Mario 3D World, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Splatoon, and The Wonderful 101 by Platinum Games. Most of which are games I would have picked up anyway because they look pretty damn cool. But I'm actually not done yet. There's still more games in the bundle. Here's the first print edition of Super Mario Maker on the Wii U, which comes with the cardboard box and the art book. And the first print edition of Bayonetta 2, which comes with Bayonetta 1. Bayonetta? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Bayonetta 2 is a Wii U exclusive, which I've been dying to get my hands on, and it's fantastic that I managed to get my hands on all these games with my Wii U. I basically got a ready-made Wii U library. Alright, and that is the end of the pickups video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize again if the lighting is a bit wonky. Like I said, this is actually the most sun we've had in days. And I apologize if the video is a bit lengthy. I had a lot of stuff to go through and I hadn't had time over the course of the term to do a bit of an interim pickups video. But yeah, thank you again so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Leave a comment down below, commenting on something I got, commenting on what you guys have been playing recently or have bought recently. And I will see you next time. Cheers!